More important now than ever to keep your home clean. I spoke with an expert about what we should and should not be doing. Tonya Harris joins us virtually, environmental toxin expert. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, is your head ready to explode with the information and the misinformation that's going around about surfaces and what we should and shouldn't be doing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, let's start off with something we should be doing.
Okay, the first thing we should be doing is before we disinfect, we should clean. And that's because if there's dirt and grime on the surface, or if it's visibly dirty, the disinfectants can't do their job. So that's the biggest do, is first clean your surface before you disinfect.
Okay, so don't skip that step.
That's right, especially if it's visibly dirty.
All right, so what's the don't?
Don't wipe the disinfectant up right away. You want to spray the surface, and you do want to leave it slightly damp. So there's another do in the don't, but sure. you do want to spray the surface and leave it slightly damp. And the thing you want to do is, no matter what disinfectant you're using, you also want to look at the label and see how long you're supposed to be leaving that disinfectant for it to do its job.
Okay. So if we change products, don't make presumptions about how you've been applying it. Make sure you read that label.
That's right. Okay. And one of the easiest things you can do is use hydrogen peroxide or rubbing alcohol, especially. These are good disinfectants. And one of the ways you can spray down the surface is actually just take your the rubbing alcohol bottle, unscrew the cap. You can take a spray pump from something that you already have.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, most spray pumps will actually fit on the bottle, and then this is how you can spray surfaces down really easily.
Oh, wow, that's great. A lot of people are using vinegar.
Vinegar, I'm glad you brought that up. Vinegar is great to clean with. A lot of us clean with that, but it is not a disinfectant. So one of the things you can do is the EPA actually registers all of our disinfectants. You can go to their site, and they have a specific one called the EPA's List N, and you can go there and find out all of the ones that they specifically list that can fight coronavirus and COVID.
Ah, okay. How important is temperature in knocking these things down?
Sure. So they've found that temperatures above 140 degrees Fahrenheit can kill the coronavirus. So I recommend using heat as often as possible. So that means when you're washing your clothes, to wash them in the warmest or hottest recommended setting for that particular material, and then make sure you're drying them completely. And same thing, if you have a dishwasher, that's probably optimal, because if hand washing can't get the temperatures that high, but a dishwasher can steam dry. But again, washing dishes in the hottest temperature possible if a dishwasher isn't an option.
Hearing a lot about hand washing. I mean, we hear a lot about singing a song, 20 seconds, demonstrations all over the internet how to do it. People are inventing things to help us wash our hands even better. But are we ignoring other extremities?
I think the hands is the best part you can do, because if you think about it, we're touching our faces, we're doing all these things. Mm-hmm. And the reason we concentrate so much on hands is because this virus is actually considered to be pretty easy to kill. And that's because the fatty substances in soap can actually break down the fatty components of the membranes in the outer layer of this virus. So hands is by far the best, but you can do things like, again, your clothes, your shoes, things like that. Take a shower when you get home if you've been in a very public place, all of those.
Some people are, some people have hang-ups about shoes in houses when there is no pandemic. What's your recommendation for coming in and out of the house?
Sure, definitely take shoes off at the door, because again, like you said, pandemic or not, they bring in a lot of things. So dirt, germs, so many different things you can think of. So I recommend leaving those at the door. And then another step you can take is having a dedicated area that you can walk into, where you have like a little table or anything where you can set your purse, your jacket, packages, any takeout food, because I also recommend replating takeout food if possible. So moving it from the takeout container to a plate. So this is that one area where you can step into, leave your shoes outside, and it really helps cut down on germs in your home.
I honestly didn't even think about the number of potential touches on takeout food until you just said that.
Yeah, I recommend it. I don't do it every time, honestly, but I recommend it.
Do you have any recommendations for, like you say, packages? I mean, good Lord, I'm on a first name basis with the FedEx guy now. He's handing me stuff every day. Should that spend a window of time outside the house before it comes in, or what do you think on that?
You can do that. Absolutely. You can also spray it down with a disinfectant if you want to do that, if you want to bring it in right away. They can live on cardboard surfaces for up to 24 hours. So again, what I do, and what I do with the takeout containers too, is I spray them down before I bring them in. And if I set them down on the counter, then I disinfect the counter again after wherever that was sitting. But if you have that dedicated area, that really does cut down if you can do it all out there.
And you don't wipe up the disinfectant right away.
Not right away, no. Very good.
Slightlygreener.com, is that where we go?
That's exactly it. That's my website. Yes.
Fantastic. We'll put that link on indiestyle.tv. A lot of enlightening stuff, Tonya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.